Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Saturday morning yoga, brought to you by the Ossining Public Library. I am Stacy, and that is Ruby. And hopefully Ruby will be calm this morning. Okay, we're going to get started. So come to a comfortable seated position. Legs crossed.
Is it muted?
Oh, that's fine, guys. Got to mute everyone. Let me mute everyone. Just want to, oh, why is that not working? Mute, mute, mute all. Yes, mute all. Okay, begin to bring your attention to your breath. Notice the tendency to want to change the breath or make it longer, or just notice that. And now intentionally deepen your breath, softening the belly, allowing the belly and the chest to expand on the inhalation. Noticing a pause, if there is any pause, at the height of the inhalation and at the end of the exhalation. Notice your seat and where it's connected to the floor. Now notice your spine. Lengthen your spine from the tailbone up to the crown of the head. Quieting down, bringing the focus inside, letting everything else from outside fall away. Noticing the sits bones, the tall spine, and the breath. So now start to move the shoulders in a circular path, clockwise. Shoulders circling over the hips. And pause and reverse. circles. Come to stillness again, sitting, noticing sits bones, spine, crown of the head, and the breath. Now take your shoulders up to the ears on the inhale, and exhale, release them down again. One more like that. Good. And noticing the shoulders, noticing the neck, any sensations, and then circle the shoulders up and back. And then take it the other way, up and forward. Arms out to the side, shoulder height, bend the elbows. Bring the elbows together and apart, and together and apart. Straighten the arms, cross the right over the left and do some eagle arms. Bringing the fingers to the palm, and then on the exhale, floating the elbows up to shoulder height. Deep breaths. Picking up the shoulders. On the exhale, release, arms out to the side, cross, left over right. Eagle arms. On the exhale, float the elbows up, shoulder height. Deepen the breath. And release the shoulders, arms out and down to your sides. Take it to a side bend. Resting on the forearm. Keeping both sits bones down on the floor. Stretching out the side body. Exhale, float it to the other side. Reach the fingertips away from the elbow, elbow away from the shoulder, and the shoulder away from the hip. Keeping that sit bone down on the floor best you can. Opening up the side of the body. And exhale, come up. Reach both arms up overhead and take a side to side stretch here. Not really side to side, up and up, left and right, reaching high. And sitting. Very good. Good, and then bring your left hand to your right knee, right hand behind you. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist. Looking over your right shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. And release. Take the twist to the other side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. And release. Look forward. Let the feet, the knees come apart, bring the soles of the feet together. And then take a little side to side rock here. Butterfly. And then still your butterfly, and then butterfly wings, knees up and down. Continuing to take deep, mindful breaths. Okay, and then straighten the legs out in front. Tuck the knees out. And then flap the legs, or you can make gentle fists and dough. This out. Go down the sides of the legs and come back the insides of the legs. Take a little extra time anywhere you feel you need it. Maybe the calves are tight. You want to work those out a little more. Thighs, sides, to the buttocks, hips, even a little back. And come to stillness. Inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, hinge from the hips. Reach it forward. Let your arms float down. Gazing straight ahead. And just sit with that sensation for a few breaths, noticing where the sensation is predominant. Is it the calves, the backs of the knees, the backs of the thighs, maybe it's your back. Maybe it's your upper back. Visualize an expansion on your inhalation, sending the breath to all the areas where you feel sensation. Exhaling, softening. Slowly come up and bring your feet to the floor. Come into your malasana, squat. If your heels are up off the floor, you might try bringing your feet a little wider. Point the tailbone down, bring the elbows to the insides of the knees, and bring the crown of the head up. Palms of the hands together. Gaze forward and breathe. Again, noticing sensations. Relaxing into this squat. Bringing a calm, steady energy to this morning's practice. On the exhale, hands come to the floor, hips rise. Toe the feet a little closer together. Fold forward. Maybe take the backs of your ankles or your calves. Soften the knees as needed. Crown of the head points to the floor. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. And exhale, come down, touch the floor, soften the knees, and then sweep the arms out to the sides and up overhead. Reaching up high. And then lower the palms together over the heart. Take a moment to adjust to standing. And then let the arms come down to the sides, feet in mountain prep, and take your side bends, monkey hara. So exhaling with a ha breath as you come from side to side. And then come to stillness. In mountain prep, preparing for our first asana, Tadasana, mountain pose. Feet are parallel, hip width apart, fingertips pointing down. Inhale, arms start to rise out to the sides, palms facing the floor. And when you get to shoulder height, flip your palms up, and then come the rest of the way up over the head. Reaching arms straight up. Keep your arms here, palms facing each other, or you can bring the palms together. Start to ground to the earth with your breath, drawing earth energy up through your feet into your heart, and then exhaling, connecting to sky, sending that energy up to the sky through your fingertips. And then moving energy in the opposite way, inviting sky energy in through your hands to your heart. And then exhaling it from your heart down through your feet into the earth. Establishing groundedness, connectedness. One more breath here in mountain. Then on the exhalation, bring the palms together, interlace the hands into temple mudra. So the index finger points up and the other fingers are interlaced. Big breath in. As you exhale, press the hips out to the left, extend yourself to the right. Deep side bend, making sure both hips are pointing forward. So maybe pressing a little bit forward with the left hip. Deepening the breath. Bringing your attention to the second chakra, the sacrum, the lower belly, pelvic floor. Picturing the color orange to bring energy into this area. You take a round of Kapalabhati breaths. Breath in, and on the exhale, press up. Deep breath in, noticing the difference in sensation from one side of the body to the other. And on the exhale, pressing out through the right hips, extending to the left. Deep side bend left. You can gently squeeze the head together. Gently squeeze the sides of the head with the upper arms. Press down through both heels. Press out through the hip. And out through the fingertips. Feeling your connectedness to earth. Bringing your attention to the third chakra, the solar plexus. The color is yellow. It's just above the navel. And maybe a round of Kapalabhati to move the energy, get it flowing. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, press up. Reach the fingertips as high as you can. As you exhale, slowly lower. Bring the arms out to shoulder height, palms up, and then turn your palms to face the floor and lower the rest of the way down. Take a minute to experience the flow of prana as a result of our practice of Tadasana and standing Ardha Chandrasana. And then feel free to move your body and stretch it in any way that feels good. And then we're going to come into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Bring your feet wide apart. Left toes point to the front of your mat. Actually, if you have your blocks, you want to put your blocks at the front of your mat. If you like to use them for Ardha Chandrasana or triangle pose or any of the standing flow poses. So coming into Vira 2, Warrior 2, make sure the back foot is turned in at an angle. And if you look, the front heel, if you draw a line from the front heel back, it would meet at the arch of your back foot. Inhale, arms up shoulder height. As you exhale, start to bend the front knee, pointing that knee toward the pinky toe, and gaze forward over the fingertips. Deepen the breath, lift the pelvic floor. One more breath. Now as you exhale, take it to reverse warrior. Flip the left hand palm up and reach back with your right hand. Reverse warrior, gazing up. Keep the bend in the front knee. Exhale, take it to extended side angle pose. Bringing the left forearm to the left thigh and stretch the right side body, pressing through the outer edge of the right foot. Feeling that line of energy up to the right hip, and then from the right hip, shooting energy up through the shoulder, arm, and fingertips. Reaching away. Stretching foot away from hand, hand away from foot. And now from here, slowly begin to straighten the left leg, preparing to come into Trikonasana. Slide the left hand down the leg and reach the right hand up to the sky. And open up the heart, bringing the right shoulder back, sliding that shoulder blade down. Gaze up if you can. If you're dizzy or that feels bad for your neck, you can gaze forward or down toward the floor. Triangle pose. On the next exhale, bring the right hand down to the floor. Left hand to the floor to the left side of the foot. Step your left foot back. Come into your down dog. And pedal your feet out. Bending one knee and the other knee. I'm going to send the right leg up. Open up the hip. Bend the right knee. Gaze under the right armpit. Circle the heel if you like. And then bring the right leg through, stepping the foot forward onto the mat, planting your back foot down, and windmill up to your Vira 2. Check the alignment of the knee and the feet. Deep breath in. Exhaling, bend the right knee. Gaze over the right fingertips. Make sure the right leg is pointing toward the pinky toe. The right knee bending toward the pinky toe. Feel your strength. Then exhale, take it to warrior, reverse warrior, reaching back, right arm up over the head, keeping that bend in the right knee. Deep side body stretch. And then exhale, take it to extended right angle pose. Right forearm to the right thigh. Reach away with the left fingertips, stretching that arm, making it feel really long. Feel that distance between the fingertips and the shoulder, and then the shoulder and the hips. Finding your steadiness and ease. Stira Sukhasana. Finding lots of space for the breath. And then slowly begin to straighten the right leg. Slide the right hand down and open up through the heart. Triangle pose. Gaze up if you can. Take your variation for the neck. And on the exhale, windmill the left arm down to the floor, right hand to the outside of the right foot, and then step the right foot back, come into your down dog. Deep in the breath. Exhaling through the mouth with a slow and steady stream. Squeezing and releasing the tension from the body with breath. Now the left leg rises, bend the knee, open up the hip, gaze under the left armpit, circle the left heel. One way, other way. Notice if your ankle feels stiff. Just noticing. And step the left foot forward. And now here, we're going to come into standing splits. Okay, so we're going to slowly start to shift the weight onto the left foot. Keep the fingertips on the floor at first and bring the right leg as high as you can, as if you were going to do a split. And then maybe take up a balance challenge here and bring the hands to the ankles or calves. Deepen your breath. And then we're going to slide the hands up, shifting into warrior 3. It's okay if you have to touch down with your hand a little, bringing the arms alongside the body. And then bring the left hand down to the block of the floor, right hand to the right hip, and open it up for Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, folded half moon. And begin to slowly stretch the limbs away from the core, pressing down through the standing big toe ball, heel, and outer foot, reaching up with the right hand, stretching away. And then bring the hand down to the hip and down to the other block. So right hand comes to the floor, and then the left hand comes to the left hip. So we're going to do reverse Ardha Chandrasana. Start to bring your gaze over to the left side. And you can stay here, or you can float the left arm up. Press the right heel back and away. Good job. Exhale, hand back to the hip, hand back to the block. Now step the right foot down on the mat, a little more than a half a step, coming into intense hamstring stretch, folding over the left leg. Deepen the breath. Stay here, one more breath. And then as you exhale, place the hands down, step the left foot back, come into your down dog. Whew. That was a lot of work for the left hip. And now the right leg rises. And the right foot steps forward. Beginning to shift the weight onto the right foot for standing splits. Lift that left leg up as high as you can. Maybe bringing the crown of the head to face the floor, the forehead in towards the shin. Hands to the ankles or calves to balance. Or keep them on the floor. Good, and then slowly begin to shift, walking the hands up the legs, and then floating them back for warrior 3. Press the heel back and away, stretch the fingers back, and then bring the right hand to the block, left hand to the hip, and open up for folded Ardha Chandrasana. Looking out to the left side, beginning to open up the heart. Ooh, wobbly. If you're like me, I'm wobbly this morning. Gazing left, lifting the arm, lifting the leg, pressing the heel back, opening the heart. And bring the left hand to the left hip, and then bring it to the other block. Bring the right hand to the right hip, shifting over to reverse half moon. Keep the left heel pressing back and away, lengthening the spine, and then begin to shift shoulders, twisting to the right, and float the right arm up. Deepen your breath. Slow and steady breaths. And exhale, bring the hand back down, And step the left foot down a little more than half a step back for intense hamstring stretch on the right side. Fold the torso over the right leg. Deepen the breath. And step the left foot forward to meet the right. Hanging out here in a forward fold for a few breaths. Keep your knees a little soft. And then grab your elbows, hands to the opposite elbows, and let your head and neck relax down. Maybe make some figure eights with the elbows. Releasing through the hips. Keeping the low back open. Long muscles of the thighs open. Good. Bring the hands to the floor and step back and then come down to all fours. Take a few quick rounds of cat-cow. Exhaling, navel in toward the spine, the cat, head down. Inhale back to table. Exhale, drop the belly, gaze up. Take a few more cycles. Moving with your breath. The right arm floats forward, out in front. The left leg kicks back. Just holding here today for a couple breaths. Low belly is engaged, pelvic floor engaged. To hold this position steady, think about lifting the lower belly up and in, and exhaling as if you were blowing out birthday candles. You can feel the lower abdominals engaged, the transverse abdominal. And last, exhale, bring the hands down. One resting breath in between here. And the right arm reaches forward, right leg reaches back. Engaging low belly. For most of us, engaging this low belly musculature takes some concentration and focus. So take this time to really connect with that part of your body and use the imagery. Picture those muscles tucking up and in as you blow out birthday candles. One more breath. And exhaling, lower down. Take it to a child's pose, sitting back on the heels. Maybe grab your block and rest your head on your block. Smooth, easy, resting breaths. Bring your arms alongside the body, palms facing up. Adjust your block height so it's comfortable for your neck. And then bringing the hands back up, coming onto all fours. We're going to keep your blocks at the front of your mat. So we will be using those. And from here, on all fours, take the left leg up and wrap it over the right. And then you're going to sit back. And then stretch the legs out in front for seated staff pose to prep for Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Gently flex the feet. Inhale, arms up overhead. Palms face each other. Notice any energy you can sense between the two palms of the hands. There are a lot of chakras, some strong chakras in the palms of your hands. Rub the hands together a little bit. And then sense for any energy there. Imagine you're holding a ball of energy between your hands. Inhale. Lengthen the arms up, and as you exhale, hinge from the hips, holding onto that ball. Lean forward as you come down, and then pause when you can't go any farther without curving your back. Stay here. One more breath. Now as you exhale, continue coming down, allowing the back to soften and round. Lowering the arms and lowering the head. Keeping the feet gently flexed, legs are engaged. Allow the belly to soften. Allow your shoulders to soften. Soften the jaw, the cheeks, and the eyes. And then stretch the arms back out in front next to the feet. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, start to bring the arms and the torso up. Toes are flexed, reaching towards the sky. Again, feel the ball of energy between the hands. Check in with the shoulders, relax your shoulders down. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower the arms out in front. Holding onto that ball of energy. Notice any sensations, tingling, vibration, heat. Now go ahead and bring your hands to a part of your body that could use some healing this morning. And let that energy be absorbed by that part of your body. And release. Come back onto all fours and lower down onto the belly. Coming into Shalabhasana, locust pose. You're going to bring the forehead to the floor, arms alongside the body. And you're going to bring your hands palms down and then rock and roll a little bit side to side so that your hands are underneath your thighs. Again, forehead down to the floor. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, press the pelvis down into the floor and lift the legs off the ground, pointing the toes away. You can come up as high as your flexibility and strength allow here. If you have low back issues, keep it low. You can just hover like I am with your toes just an inch or two above the floor. Knees up off the floor an inch or two. The real work is coming from the pelvic area. First and second chakras working. One more breath. And on the exhalation, slowly lower down, release the arms out from under and turn to the cheek and let go. Inhale, come back to the forehead and exhale, turn to the other cheek. And then bring the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes. We're going to push up into your down dog. Check and see that your blocks are handy in front of your mat. You definitely may want to use those. Pedal the feet again and bending one knee and the other knee. And then the left leg rises. Open the hip, circle the ankle. And we're going to take the knee and draw it through the hands and keep it straight. So this is our pigeon variation. You're going to sit on the left heel of the foot. So you're not coming into our outside hip opener pigeon that we usually do, but you're sitting on the heel and then you're taking your blocks and walking your hands back. Whatever height of the blocks works for you, rest your hands on the blocks and then lengthen the spine. The fronts of both hip bones are pointing forward. Gazing forward. Crown of the head pressing up. Stay here one more breath. And on your next exhale, walk the hands forward, take one of your blocks, come down onto elbows and rest the forehead on the block. Smooth, easy breaths. Fully release and let go and notice any sensations in the bent leg. And moving the blocks back to the front of your mat, walk the hands back, tuck the right toes under, send the left leg back, down dog. Right leg rises, bend the knees, circle your ankle. And then pull the right knee forward and through. Drop it down and sit right on the heel. Grab your blocks. Walk them back so they're about even with your hips. Both hip bones pointing forward. Gaze forward. You walk the left foot back a little bit more. And then lengthen. Lengthen through the front of the body. Lengthen the spine from the tailbone up to the crown. And on your next exhale, fold forward, taking one block to rest your head on. And begin noticing sensations in the right leg. Sending the breath to any areas of tension in the body. Last breath here. And as you exhale, bring the hands to the floor. Draw the left knee in to meet the right knee. So both knees are bent. You can sit on your heels. Transitioning here. Keep your block handy. And then shift back over into your seated staff pose. Preparing for seated spinal twist, Matsyendrasana. Now take your right foot and place it on the outside of your left knee. Wrap the left arm around the right knee. Inhale, right arm straight out in front. And as you exhale, sweep it outside. So bring it back behind your back. And then place it down. And twist the spine. Feel that twist starting at the base, working its way up to the hip level, ribs, shoulder, and then finally the neck and the head, and gaze behind you. Keeping the left toes gently flexed. And to release, float the right hand up. Exhale, sweep the arm back out in front of you. Untwist the legs. And then take the left foot to the outside of the right knee. Wrap the right arm around the left knee. Inhale, left arm straight out in front. As you exhale, sweep it around. And let the spine follow, starting at the base of the spine, hips, rib cage, shoulders, neck, and head. Place the left hand down on the floor behind you. It's behind. Flex the right toes. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, soften and deepen the twist. To release, on the exhale, let the left hand float up and sweep the arm back out to the side, to the front, and lower the legs down. And prepare for half shoulder stand or supported shoulder stand. So rolling down onto the block, bend the knees, place the block under the sacrum, either on the lowest or the middle height. And then let the legs float up. If you have your block in the right spot, it shouldn't be hard to keep your legs up. Shouldn't have to give much effort. And now point and flex the toes. Circle the ankles. Inversions are beneficial to the lymphatic system that carries waste fluid out from your cells and processes them in the lymph nodes. Carries the waste out of the body from there. Okay, come to stillness. Natural, smooth, easy breaths. And in the next few moments, as you're ready, lower the feet down to the floor. Move the block. Come to your back. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock a little side to side. And then you're going to bring the feet up. Soles of the feet facing towards the sky. Knees bent, knees coming down toward the floor. And bring the hands to the outside edges of your feet. Blissful child's pose. Give some gentle rocking side to side. Massaging kidneys, low back. And then release the feet. And prepare for Shavasana, deep relaxation. Your body temperature will drop. So you want to grab sweatshirt, socks, blanket. Keep yourself warm. So for Shavasana, we're lying on our back if that is comfortable for us. Letting the feet fall open, arms out to the side, palms up. If you have a tender or sore low back, you can just keep your knees bent, letting them drop together, feet out to the side. Or you can put something like a blanket or blocks under your thighs or knees. Or if you don't like to be on your back, you can do Shavasana on your side. Wherever you are, you're going to scan the body. Release any residual tension, starting at the feet. So bring your attention into your feet. Scan from the toes, the base of the toes, soles of the feet, the arches, the heels, the outer edges of the feet, tops of the feet. invite softening and letting go. And bringing your attention to your ankles. Breathing into the ankles as you exhale, softening and letting go. Bringing your attention to your calves and shins. Breathing in, breathing out, and softening. Inviting your calves and shins to let go. Breathing into the knees. Breathing out, letting go. Breathing in, attention to the thighs, the fronts, and the backs. As you breathe out, invite softening and letting go of the thighs. And breathing into the pelvis, the hips, the buttocks. Sensing this whole area from the pelvic floor up to the low abdomen. And as you exhale, invite it to soften and release and let go. Breathing into the belly, the low back. Exhale, invite it to soften and release tension, release stress. Inviting ease. And breathing into the heart, the chest, the middle and upper back. As you exhale, invite the back and the chest to soften, releasing any tension, letting it flow down into the ground. Breathing into the shoulders, the upper arms. Then as you exhale, inviting the shoulders and the upper arms to soften and release. Breathing into the elbows and the forearms. As you exhale, allowing it to soften, inviting it to release any tension through the arms, elbows. Breathing into the wrists, the hands and the fingers. Sensing what you can there, and on the exhalation, inviting it to soften, softening fingers, hands, and wrists. Letting go. Breathing into the neck, front, back, sides. And breathing out, inviting the neck to soften, release any tension down into the earth, letting go. Breathing into the jaw, allowing the teeth to gently part. And exhaling, releasing through the jaw and the tongue, letting go. Now breathing into the cheeks, the eyes, the temples, and the forehead. And as you exhale, inviting softening and letting go of the entire face. And then breathing into the brain and the whole head. And as you exhale, inviting your brain and your whole head to soften, release, and let go. And lastly, breathing into the whole body, physical body, the energy body that surrounds it. And sensing any tension or discomfort in the whole body, energy body, emotional body, mental body. And then as you exhale, allow those bodies to soften, release, and let go. Now begin to deepen your breath. Gently move your fingers and toes. Take a full body stretch if you like, bringing your arms up overhead and reaching your hands away from your feet. And then slowly and maintaining your quality of relaxation, come onto your side. Rest there for a breath, making a pillow with your hands. And when you're ready, making your way to seated position. Bringing your hands to your knees, palms up if you'd like to invite energy into the body. Palms down if you want a more calming state. I'm going to take 5 mindful breaths. Knowing when you're breathing in, and knowing when you're breathing out. Now join me, or just listen in the chanting of Om to close our yoga practice this morning. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Namaste. The light in me bows to the light in you. Thank you so much for joining me this morning for yoga. I hope you have a great day, a great week. Be well.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stacy.
Thank you, Stacy.
Thank
Thank
you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stacy.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good weekend, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stacy.
You're welcome.